Hi guys. All right, so this is for July, all signs, career, and finance. If you're looking to get a private reading with me, I do link my email in the description box. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not very good with timing. I'm really not. I can predict pretty well, especially with health issues, but when it comes down to timing, I'm just awful. So this could happen before July. Starting with Aries, career and finance. What does that look like for Aries for July? Aries, I have like a very warm, bubbly feeling in my stomach for you, so I'm feeling like it's going to be stable. It's going to be stable. Do expect something to break in your home or office, but other than that, it looks very good. It looks actually fantastic. The number 6 is going to be relevant. What you don't see coming is more abundance. If you've been looking to move up in a company, it might be a little bit slower to get that going or for you to progress, but still, everything still looks fine. If you're looking to move for a job, I don't see that happening, okay? Somebody does not get along with a coworker or boss, or maybe even this is a client of yours. You are manifesting more abundance in finances, and I do see that working out for you. Frankly, July looks fantastic for you, Aries. And it's saying to stay optimistic. You're heading towards your 10 of Cups, whatever that looks like for you. Moving on to Taurus. Career and finance for Taurus for the month of July. Career and finance for July, Taurus. Okay, be careful about any investments in July. I do see something that could, it's almost like you could potentially invest in something and never hear from that person again. I'd be really cautious with investments. Everything looks pretty stable. Kind of like on the up and up, but I don't see any significant changes. Some of you could be considering retirement and or getting into like a side business that would kind of like just bring in income and you wouldn't have to really do much. And new opportunities will be presenting themselves, but again, it's giving a warning about an investment. Twice it did that, so please be careful with that. I would not invest in any properties at this time either. Okay. Moving on to Gemini. Career and finance for Gemini. What does that look like? Could have some issues in the workplace. If you're looking for work, it's not looking fantastic, I'll be honest with you. Could have some issues even with a coworker. I'm seeing outside issues, home or, family, being part of the reason why you're not as focused in July. Some of you could even be taking some time off in July. If you've been looking for a new job, getting a pay raise, moving up in the company, I do see that happening for you, but it is going to happen much later than you actually anticipated. I think this is going to become a frustration to you, but all in all, you're going to get there. You'll be successful. Moving on to Cancer. Career and finance for Cancer. What does that look like? I'm hearing health issues. So be careful not to be running yourself ragged. Could be talking to somebody about starting your own business and or a side business in July. That would be very successful, by the way, if so. If you're looking to go back to something you used to do, let's say you used to be a nurse and now you're a lawyer, you might go back to nursing. Not that somebody would do that, but you know what I'm saying. Do be careful with overspending. or somebody over-promising. Yeah, be really careful about over-promising. So if you go into a facility and they're telling you, yeah, like you're going to make so much money, be prepared. You literally will not. I think your emotional well-being is going to be more important in July than your finances. Though I do see you looking at new opportunities. Be careful not to buy a business, or let's say you get into like house flipping, something like that. Be careful about that. July is not your month for doing that. You're going to be you're going to regret that one. Moving on to Leo, career and finance. What does that look like for Leo for the month of July? I'm seeing the number 19. You may have some new options or opportunities. You may be considering leaving where you're currently working, or maybe you're looking for work, either or. The number 3 is going to be relevant. The next place you do work or the next role you have is going to be emotionally fulfilling and bring you a lot of stability. If you were to do any investments at this time, it would be successful. You may have an issue though with working too hard and not taking enough breaks or putting some time aside for yourself. It's saying you're going to need some self-care in July. I like the opportunities coming to you. I think they're going to be they're going to help push you in the right direction. Could be a fight around money, though, in July with somebody as well, whether that's your partner or a boss or something. If you were going to travel in July for work, it's saying you shouldn't, okay? So sometimes you have to. It's not going to go well. I don't know if you can get out of that, but if you can, I would. And then maybe they cancel, so that's actually in your best interest. All in all, I think you're going to be fine. That's what you're ending on. So moving on to Virgo. Career and finance for Virgo for the month of July. What does that look like? I'm seeing calendula. Okay. Home issues or issues outside of work are going to be more important for the month of July. Similar to another sign, I really wouldn't do any investing. I'd put it off as much as you can. Focus on your health and wellness. If you're looking to change careers or change jobs, you will have some new opportunities that are not really going to work out for you, so you may want to keep looking. Yeah, I'm seeing family issues or issues that are going to be just more important to you than anything else, to be honest with you. And I don't see really any change in your finances for the month of July. Yeah, no. You may have somebody who's ill, and that's going to take, like, you know, the energy for you. Or energy from you, I should say. Moving on to Libra. Career and finance for the month of July. All right, Libra. It does look like else you're starting a business, considering starting a business, could get an inheritance. I see 10 of Cups energy here when it comes to your career and finance, when it comes to your abundance in general. Some of you could be getting a new boss that just is crazy about you, just thinks like, you know, you're the hardest worker, that sort of thing. Some of you could be getting a new position. If you're looking for work, I see you finding it. The only issue with your finances, I would say, is something could go wrong in your home or even your office, and then you're going to have to tend to that financially, and that's going to kind of like throw you back. But Nothing looks negative here. I'm still saying if there's any way that you could start your own business, I would. I definitely would. Some of you are marrying into money, actually, as well. I'm seeing 333. That's going to be relevant. Unexpected changes that are going to bring good news and prosperity. Libra, this is fantastic. This is probably the best reading you've ever had. I know you guys have been going through it since last year. Moving on to Scorpio. Career and finance. What does that look like for Scorpio? I'm seeing somebody giving the middle finger right now, and I do not know what that's about, but I hope you do. Ooh, defensiveness. You have an issue with else a boss or a coworker or client, employee. Might be losing somebody in the office as well. Could be getting some assistance from somebody you care about. You could have something come up, so this could be, almost looks like, you know, whether it's a trip, whether it's an event, whether it's a family issue. I do see something coming up that's going to cost you some money. Career and finance. I'll be honest with you, Scorpio, I don't see much change here, okay? And if you're looking for work, July will not be the month for you. Something will come back around later. You can manifest a better outcome financially, but you're going to be disappointed. I feel like you're going to be disappointed in July for seeing no difference. However, after July, some new opportunity will present itself. Just through prayer or manifestation, depending on what you believe in. Yeah. Mentally, it looks like you're going to feel better, though, if you've been struggling. Moving on to Sagittarius, career and finance for the month of July. It looks like you're kind of consumed by a different situation in July. Like the focus isn't really finance. Two other signs got this as well. Yours looks more like you meet somebody and or you're just in like a better place mentally, and so you're not really so focused on your career. Could be considering a move for work. Could be waiting on hearing from somebody about a job. I don't see that happening in July anyway. Somebody could be asking you for money or some sort of assistance in July as well. I don't see any changes to your finances. I really don't. Not for July anyway, okay? But it's saying self-care will be necessary. You do have your 10 of Cups coming your way. July is not going to be the month for it, but you do have it coming, and I do think that it's more like, I don't think this is so work-focused in this month, okay? I don't even think the 10 of Cups is a job. However, some of you might be looking into starting your own business. If that's the case, July is not going to be the month that, you know, anything blows up. Okay, moving on to Capricorn. Career and finance for Capricorn. What does that look like? And I know you guys love the career and finance. That's why I do it every month. Okay, something you don't see coming is an argument with somebody within your space. You know, obviously in the office or an employee, something like that. Saying to guard your energy for the month of July. There will be some heavy burdens around your finances and private life as well. The number 9 is relevant. Heading towards probably the later end of the month, you'll see more growth and progress and get back into it. So you're going to be feeling like more energetic and really focused, versus I think the beginning of the month, that will not be the case. You may have to work a little harder in July than normal. If you're in any sort of court case where you would be expecting money, it's going to be delayed. At some point, and I really feel like this is past July. I'm really sensing that it is with all these tens. You will be hearing about some sort of payout. So whether that's an investment, whether that's an inheritance, whether that's a court case, whether that's whatever the case. I just don't think it's in July. I really don't. But you will be moving forward with the Ten of Pentacles. So it's saying divine timing. You guys know what that means. Moving on to Aquarius. Sorry about the cat screaming in the background. She's in heat. We are getting her fixed. Aquarius, career and finance. Aquarius, you have the best one yet. You have the best reading so far. Expect changes, happiness. If you are working for somebody, they really value you. If you work for yourself, you're going to see a lot of success. If you're looking for a job, clearly you're going to get a good one. You're in the upright, looking at new opportunities, and these opportunities, again, are going to bring you financial success. Prayer or manifestation will be important there, okay? There will be somebody you don't get along with and have some sort of fight with within your social circle at work, but all in all, it looks like it's going to end pretty well. You may have to travel for work or travel in general, and I see lots of stability coming your way. You literally, Ten of Cups energy, you literally have the best reading yet. Like, you're good. July looks fine for you. And moving on to Pisces. I'm hearing growth and progress for Pisces. Month of July, career and finance. Messages coming in about taking better care of yourself. You might be overdoing it in July, okay? You're going to probably need some rest. Hopefully you do not get sick. Twice it came out. You need to put more focus on yourself. You may have a little bit of a spending issue or something very expensive come up. You will be making that money back. Don't worry. Ten of Pentacles energy. If you need to assist somebody, whether that's energetically or financially, you will have it come July. If you're in any sort of court situation, I do see it going in your favor. You do have some support here through your growth and progress, whether that's a coworker and or a family member, whatever the case. All right, we are so glad that you're joining us. And watch out for somebody who's trying to scam you. I am getting that. Yeah, I wouldn't do any investments, anything like that. I really wouldn't. You will not see, so if you have a manifestation right now, Pisces, about career and finance, you're not going to see it turn out the way you want it to. It's going to turn out better than expected, but be delayed, okay? Since you're the last one, I'll look a little harder. Somebody could be even gifting you something, or you're going to get some sort of payout. I like it. I would not also invest in anything to do with your home in July because you're going to regret it. All right, so that's the career and finance. Sorry that she's taking over the screen right now. I will be getting up another bonus, and have a great weekend.